Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little guy right here, Spoils of War, put out by Arcane Wonders. Now basically this is a play on Liar's Dice, but it's not just Liar's Dice. It has a whole set collection mechanic to it, where you're trying to collect different kinds of treasure from the loot that's on the table, and whoever has the most gold at the end of the game is the winner. Let's get down to the table and I'll show you how it works. So here I have set up for you a 4-player game of Spoils of War by Arcane Wonders. Now basically the whole point of the game is to have the most gold or the most value of your treasure at the end of the game. And the game runs in 9 rounds. Each stack of cards up here represents a round of treasure that's going to be basically fought over during the course of each round. So the way everything works is that the first thing that you do is you set up the treasure, as I have here already. Any regular treasure cards are placed face up. Any artifact cards are placed face down so that nobody can see what they are until somebody wins it and takes it. Then you can look at it and see what you have. Now, the next thing that you'll do during the turn is you'll take the dice and you'll roll them in your cup. And you, of course, want to roll them behind your board so that nobody else can see what you have rolled. And once everybody does that, so then the bidding phase happens. Now the bidding phase is where you're going to look at your dice and basically make a determination how many of a certain value of die is represented by all 4 rolls. So if I'm looking at my roll here, I've got 2 2s and I've got a 1 and a 3 and a 5, but I've got these 3 6s here. So maybe I can say, well, surely there's 3 more 6s out there somewhere. So I can say something like 6 6s. And what I mean by that is that my 3 plus any 6s that were rolled by the other players will equal 6 or more. Then the next person gets to upbid that bid. So bidding higher simply means that you're going to bid a higher quantity of dice. That's always a higher bid, no matter what value is said. Or you can bid a number of dice that are equal, but the value that you are saying is higher. Now the bidding phase will end when one person basically challenges the last bid that was placed. So for example, let's say it gets back to me and I say, well, I think there are 9 6s out there. And this person then uses his challenge token and says, you know what, there's no way there are 9 6s out there. That's impossible. And so what we'll do then is, at that point, I become the declarer. I'm the person that said the bid, whatever it is. He is the challenger. Now, our other 2 opponents get to choose sides at this point and place bets. So each person will basically say, you know what, we think that the challenger is correct, and we're going to put $10 on that. And they would hold it here so that nobody else could see. Everybody else knows that I'm the declarer and he's the challenger, but how much we put out there is still unknown. Now, what we do have to make sure we do is that there's a minimum bid of 5 coins. You cannot bid less than that. If you don't have 5 coins to bid with, you bid with as much as you have, which could be 0. But if you win, you always pick your treasure last. We reveal all of the dice after the bids have been placed and revealed, and we count up. Remember, the bid was 9 6s. So we have 1, 2, 3, none over here, which is why he probably challenged. Over here we have 2 more, so that's 4, 5, which maybe, you know, we can understand why he challenged. There's only 2. Yeah, that's a big stretch. So we have 5, but then this person over here, now we know why they changed their tune. They have 5 more 6s over here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is a positive bid. In other words, we win. The person who bid the most in the winning team becomes the new Viking chief. And these guys on the winning team get to keep their gold. The guys that bid against lose their gold. And now, starting with the Viking chief, we get to just divide all the spoils. The Viking chief always gets first pick, and he gets to pick 3 treasures from the loot. All other winning Vikings, in this case there's only 1, he'll get 2 winning treasures. So, with the Viking thief here, he sees that there are 3 jewelry out here, so we're going to go ahead and take all 3 of those, and they'll be placed out in front of everybody so they can see. Now, treasures, there are 4 different kinds of treasure for each kind that there are, except for artifacts. There's a lot more than 4. But there are 4 different kinds of jewelry, there's 4 different kinds of armor, 4 different kinds of dragon eggs, and 4 different kinds of weapons. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to collect different sets of those 4. A set of 3 is a partial set, which is going to be worth 6 points at the end of the game. But if I find that 4th different kind of jewelry, then that set will be worth 12 bonus coins at the end of the game. Plus, they're also worth the coin value that's shown on the card here. So, getting different sets is very important to winning the game. So the Viking chief has taken his 3, and the winner, the person that was going to win here, he's going to take an artifact. Now, he doesn't know what it is, but now he's going to turn it over. Artifacts usually have a special ability that will tell you what it does, when you can play it, a lot of different things. They also have a value of coins. That will give you a bonus at the end of the game. And then it tells you either one time or this little snake symbol that means it can be used continuously throughout the course of the game. And this also can count as one of the, to generate more bonus points at the end of the game for different kinds of sets. But he'll keep that and place it face down so that he has it, but he hasn't activated it yet. So that's one of them, and then he's going to take a dragon egg as well and keep that in front of him as well. And now these things go away. A new set is put out. So we have all of these different weapons. Artifacts are placed face down. So we have 3 different weapons. We have a couple different kinds of jewelry that are out there, and then a couple different dragon eggs as well. Everybody takes all of their dice back up into their cup. The Viking chief begins with the next phase. Everybody rolls their dice again. The Viking chief then is able to pick who has to start bidding first, and so forth and so on. And this is how the round plays out for a number of 9 rounds. So at the end of the game, let's say that this is the treasure haul from one of the players, and basically they have a partial set of treasure here, then they have a full set of treasure here, and another partial over here. So they're getting 6 coins for that partial set, 6 coins for that partial set, and they're also getting a bonus 12 coins for that full set. And of course, all of these are added to their treasure over here. Then we count up how much treasure the person has. So we have here 10, 20, 30. That's another 5. So that's 10, that's 40, 50, 60, 63. And then we go through and add all the coins on the card as well. That's a solid 100 points that they would end the game with. And that total would be compared to everybody else's. Whoever has the highest is the winner. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering who in our cadre of reviewers was going to tackle Spoils of War. And a lot of you were saying that there's no way it was going to be me because I don't like Liar's Dice. So there's no way that they're going to have Sam review Spoils of War. Well, surprise, surprise. So you rub your eyes. Yes, I'm doing the review for it. Why is this? Well, because quite frankly, I enjoy this game much more than Liar's Dice. You might be saying, well, how can that be? It's Liar's Dice at the core, with just something added on to it. Exactly. It's not just Liar's Dice. It's not just rolling a die and then trying to figure out where I can push the envelope just enough to get people to believe me, even though I'm pretty sure the bid that I just said is an absolute, total, complete lie. Well, yeah, that still happens here in Spoils of War, but on top of that, you also have the set collection aspect where you're taking these different kinds of loot from the table and you're trying to get at least partial sets, but hopefully complete sets to score the most points at the end of the game. But even on top of that, you have the team aspect that's kind of added into it, where you have one person that challenges and says, no way, you're wrong. There's no way there can be that many of that die out on the table. And then you have people that can kind of choose sides, and you're betting to see how much, based upon the dice that you have in front of you that nobody else knows about, whether or not you think that the challenger is correct or the declarer is correct. I really enjoy that. I also like how the Viking chief can choose who starts the bidding. It doesn't have to be him. He can choose somebody else to do it. So maybe he wants to put other people on the spot, give himself a little bit more pseudo information, I guess you could say. So there's a lot going on here that's much, much more, at least in my opinion, than just a simple game of liar's dice. And that's why I like this game a lot better than just liar's dice. On top of all of that, component quality in this is off the chain compared to every single version of liar's dice I have ever seen or played with. The coins are really nice, durable, hard cardstock. The artwork on the coins is amazing. The artwork on the cards is also really good. The just everything. There's so much thematic goodness about this game. It far and above blows away liar's dice. So I feel like I'm defending myself here. Rightfully so, probably, because I'm sure that I'm still going to take some flack for liking this game and still saying that I don't enjoy liar's dice. But quite frankly, I think my reasoning's pretty clear here. The reason I like this one over liar's dice is because there's so much more to this game than just rolling dice and trying to eke out a lie here and there. You're still doing that in this, I understand, but there's so much more to sink my teeth into here. So I'm going to give this one 1.5 thumbs up. Now, why would you do? It seems like I'm doing glowing praise here. Why is it 1.5? Well, quite frankly, that 1/2 tick down is the length of the game. 9 rounds. 9 rounds is just too long for this game, no matter what player count you're going for. So I would suggest, give 9 rounds a try, of course, for your first couple of games. If you agree that that's just a tad bit too long, just do a couple of rounds with each stage. A couple of rounds stage 1, couple of rounds stage 2, couple of rounds stage 3, and then go from there. Now, with that being said, the more the merrier in this game. I was able to play at Gamma like a 10-person game of this, and man, was that fun. Of course, we were talking it up throughout the entire course of the game. That's another thing that you can do this in liar's dice, I understand, but that's another thing that we just do. Whenever you play this game, you've got to get into character. You've got to just ham it up with everybody else that's at the table and just have fun with the theme. So that's it from me. The only really detractor here is length of the game as it's written in the rule books. I think 9 rounds is just a bit too long for what it is, but I still really enjoy the experience. So that's it from me for Spoils of War. We'll see you guys on the flip side.